But this morning we were informed that our staff, meaning our coaches and some of our staff, can come back to work on June 15th. We'll be tested on June 12th. What we will do at that time is we will have staff that has to be in the building. We're calling them essential staff members to do their job, and the non-essential, not meaning non-important, but non-essential to do their jobs, can do their jobs from home. And we'll continue to do that probably through the summer. So we will not have receptionists in the building. Melinda Anderson, my assistant, will not be in the building. She'll be working from home. There will not be any visitors in the building. We will be working probably 3 days a week to start with for 4 hours a day. And we'll work that because the purpose of starting this early for us is to make sure that our medical staff and our procedures can handle our team, our staff, and our coaches in a proper way so everybody stays healthy. Our players then will start being phased in on the 12th of June. Since we were told this morning, we haven't decided exactly how many numbers that will be, but it'll be smaller groups. It will not be the full 120. The medical people did not feel good about bringing that many in on one day. They wanted to bring in smaller groups and then test those groups, so they'll be tested on the 12th. Our staff is charged with determining which of the players are in that first group between now and probably the end of next week or so we can start letting them prepare to come back on the 12th. If a staff member is not essential to come to the office, they will not be tested. It will only be the staff members that are coming in the building that will be tested. The players will be tested the first week they're here. If they have a positive test, they will be sent home for quarantine and then brought back afterwards. If not, then they will work in smaller groups with Coach Hess in the weight room. He has been instructed by the NCAA that he can only work with them for medical purposes to make sure they're safe. And then they can have player-led workouts by themselves, but the meetings with their coaches, even though they're on campus, still have to be by Zoom at least through the end of June. So they could come by and say hello to their coaches after a workout, but they can have in-person football meetings. Those meetings still have to be in Zoom. Obviously, we are working all the protocols with our medical staff in the building. We will be wearing masks, and players will be wearing masks throughout the building when you're outside of your office. So if we're in a staff meeting or in a team meeting, we will be wearing masks. Everybody will be working with social distancing. So we've got to relook at where the wide receiver room, who has a lot of players, their room's probably not big enough for them to meet. So they've got to refigure another room and make sure they've got the video and such that they can have their meetings. Stacy Searles will have to meet somewhere else. Our staff meeting will be either limited, or some will be in the staff meeting and some will be on Zoom. Players and coaches and staff will walk up steps. Only people in the elevators will be people with a medical pass because they only wanted 2 people on the elevators at a time right now. And that would put us in a position where we couldn't possibly get our team upstairs in any form or fashion. We'll be spreading out and using probably 3 or 4 different dressing rooms as more players come in. And as Bubba said this morning, we have a group coming in June 12th, another group coming in June 19th, and then a group coming in June 26th, and a group coming in on June 29th. And that should be our whole team by the time we get to the end.